Think about your daily routine for a moment. Your morning coffee, the same route to work, the familiar shows you watch at night. It feels good, right? It feels safe. But what if I told you that this very feeling of safety, this comfort you've built around yourself, is silently holding you back? What if the cozy blanket of your comfort zone has become a cage? We are creatures of habit, hardwired to seek the easy path, the predictable outcome. It's a survival instinct that served our ancestors well, but in today's world, it has a dangerous side effect. It convinces us that staying put is the same as staying safe, when really, it's a slow-motion surrender to mediocrity and untapped potential that you hold within you. This isn't just a feeling, it's a fundamental truth of human progress. Every single skill you have ever learned, from walking as a toddler to mastering a task at your job, came from a moment of discomfort. It came from trying something new, stumbling and getting back up. Yet as we get older, we start to avoid that feeling. We trade the thrill of the unknown for the security of the known. This trade feels smart in the short term, but the long-term cost is immense. It's the cost of unfulfilled dreams, of skills never learned, of a version of yourself you never got to meet. The modern world bombards us with messages of ease and convenience, making it easier than ever to slip into this comfortable stagnation. The reason this matters so much right now, in this moment, is because the world isn't slowing down for anyone. New technologies, new challenges, and new opportunities are emerging faster than ever before. The people who will thrive are not the ones clinging to what they already know. They are the ones who are willing to be beginners again. They are the ones who embrace the awkwardness of learning something new and push through the initial fear. This isn't about taking reckless risks, it's about making a conscious choice to step just outside the lines of your current abilities. It's about choosing growth over comfort, one small, intentional step at a time. So, how do we do this? How do we start this journey from the familiar into the extraordinary? It begins with a promise. I promise to guide you through this process with a steady, motivating hand. This isn't about feeling bad about where you are right now. It's about getting excited for where you can go. We're going to build a new mindset, one that sees challenges not as threats, but as essential ingredients for a more fulfilling and successful life. This journey will feel dynamic and engaging. We will move through ideas at different speeds. Some moments will be fast-paced, packed with quick-hitting facts. Rapid-fire examples will build energy and momentum. You'll see how small actions, when stacked together, create massive change. These sections are designed to get you fired up. We'll look at the lives of ordinary people who achieved extraordinary things. They did it by stepping into discomfort repeatedly. They made it a habit, and you can too. Then, there will be moments where we slow things down. We'll pause, take a breath, and reflect. We'll unpack deeper principles and give you space to absorb them. Growth isn't just frantic action, it's thoughtful intention. It's understanding the why behind the what. We'll address the fears and doubts that arise when you try something new. This balance is crucial. It ensures you are motivated and equipped with wisdom to sustain growth. By the end of our time together, you will have more than inspiration. You will have a blueprint. You'll have a set of tools and a clear understanding of how to apply them to your life. Whether it's in your career, your relationships, your health, your personal passions. We're not just talking about why you should get uncomfortable. We're showing you exactly how. Prepare for a mix of fast cuts, slow burns, powerful stories, and actionable advice. Your journey to a bigger, bolder version of yourself starts right now. Let's get one thing straight. Your desire for comfort isn't a character flaw. It's not a sign of weakness. It's a feature, not a bug, programmed into your brain over millions of years of evolution. Think about our ancestors on the savannah. The world was dangerous. Every unfamiliar rustle could be a predator. Every unknown berry could be poison. Sticking to the familiar was the key to survival. The brain developed a powerful bias. Known equals safe. Unknown equals threat. That ancient wiring still runs your modern life. This is the fight-or-flight response. When faced with something new or challenging, a public speaking opportunity, a difficult conversation, the first day at a new gym, your amygdala can't tell real from perceived threat. It simply senses risk. It floods your body with cortisol and adrenaline, preparing you to fight or to run. That's why your heart pounds before a big presentation. That's why you feel a knot in your stomach before asking for a raise. Your brain pushes you back toward the safety of the familiar. This is reinforced by loss aversion. Studies show losing hurts about twice as much as gaining pleases. When you consider leaving your comfort zone, your mind starts calculating risks. What if I fail? What if I look stupid? What if I lose my time? What if I lose my money? But here's what's actually happening when you push past your limits. Imagine your abilities are like a muscle. When you lift a weight that is just slightly heavier than what you're used to, you create tiny micro-tears. As they heal, they grow back stronger. Your brain works in a remarkably similar way. It's a process called neuroplasticity. Your brain is constantly rewiring itself based on your experiences. A key part of this process involves something called myelin. The more you practice a specific skill in a focused way, the more myelin your brain wraps around those active circuits. This myelin sheath makes the signal travel faster and more efficiently. This is why experts in any field, musicians, athletes, surgeons, can perform complex actions so quickly and automatically. So, when you feel that sense of awkwardness or struggle trying something new, that's not a sign you should stop. It's the feeling of your brain getting to work. It's the sensation of neuroplasticity in action. You are literally building a better brain. Knowing your brain can change is one thing. Making it change is another. The key ingredient is not just any kind of practice but something called deliberate practice. This isn't mindlessly going through the motions. Deliberate practice is a specific and purposeful kind of repetition. It involves breaking a skill down, focusing intensely, getting immediate feedback when repeating the process. It is a cycle of stretch, perform, reflect, repeat. Let's take a concrete example: learning to play the guitar. You don't try to play a whole song perfectly right away. Instead, focus on making a clean C chord. You strum. It sounds muffled. That's your feedback. Adjust your finger pressure and try again. Repeat. Once you master the C chord, you move to the G chord. Then practice transitioning between just those two chords. Slowly, at first, then faster. This principle applies to any skill. Want to become a better public speaker? Record yourself practicing one small section. Watch it back. Did you make eye contact? That's your feedback. One of the biggest reasons we fear discomfort is because we fear failure. We have been conditioned to believe that failure is a final verdict on our abilities. But in the context of growth, this is completely wrong. The most effective learners don't avoid failure, they engineer it. They create environments where they can fail safely, quickly, cheaply. Think about how a pilot learns to fly. They spend hundreds of hours in a flight simulator. The pilot can stall the engine, they can make 100 mistakes. And what happens? A red light flashes. There's no real crash, no danger. They get immediate feedback, and they can instantly reset and try again. You can build simulators for your own life. Want to get better at sales calls? Don't start with your most important client. Role play with a friend. Fail safely. Want to start a new fitness routine? Don't sign up for an ultramarathon. Try a single, new class. If you can't keep up, who cares? The stakes are incredibly low. When you create space for safe failure, you disconnect the feeling of discomfort from the fear of disaster. You give yourself permission to be a beginner, be clumsy, not know all the answers. Every time you fail safely and learn something, you are reinforcing a powerful message to yourself. I can handle this. I can recover from mistakes. I can grow. Talk is cheap. Let's make this real. I want to give you a template you can use to put these ideas into practice this week. We'll call it the 7-day stretch plan. Your mission is to do one small thing that is outside your comfort zone every single day for the next 7 days. The goal here is not to change your life in a week. The goal is to build the muscle of choosing discomfort. First, pick a domain. Work, your social life, a personal skill. Let's say you choose your social life because you've been feeling isolated. Now, let's plan the week. Day 1. Text an old friend you haven't spoken to in over 6 months, just to say hello. It might feel a little awkward. That's the point. Do it. Day 2. Go to a coffee shop and make small talk with the barista. Ask them how their day is going and actually listen to the answer. Day 3. At work or school, give a genuine compliment to a colleague you don't know very well. Dîner sur le revoir. Find a local event and commit to going, even if you go alone. Day 5. Strike up a short conversation with a stranger. Day 6. Call a family member on the phone instead of sending a text. Day 7. At the end of the week, reflect. Write down which day was the most uncomfortable and why. What did you learn about yourself? As you start to intentionally weave discomfort into your life, it is absolutely essential that you also build a strong safety net.
One of the most powerful tools is an accountability partner. Simply telling someone your goal dramatically increases the likelihood that you will follow through. My goal this week is to apply for one new job.
It's important to distinguish between healthy, productive discomfort and genuine, harmful distress. The stretch zone is where you feel challenged. The panic zone is where you feel overwhelmed. If a challenge is causing you to lose sleep, experience constant anxiety, or dread your days, you have pushed too far. It is a sign to pull back, reduce the difficulty, and seek support. True strength is knowing your limits. This is also where we need to talk about seeking professional help. Seeing a therapist is not a sign of weakness. It is a sign of profound strength and self-respect. On any journey of growth, there comes a point where the initial excitement fades. You hit a wall. It's called the dip. It's that frustrating plateau where you are putting in the same amount of effort, but you are no longer seeing the same rapid progress. This is the moment where most people quit. In the dip, the external praise dries up. You have to find a deeper, more internal reason to keep going. The dip forces you to answer the question, are you doing this for them, or are you doing this for you? When you find yourself in that dip, you need tools, a mental script, the micro-habit, the reward cycle. I'm in the dip today. Remind me why I started. And finally, peer support. It's about borrowing their belief in you when your own is running low. Setbacks are guaranteed. Michael Jordan was famously cut from his high school team. He used that failure as fuel. It wasn't the end of his story. It was the beginning of his legend. We have covered a lot of ground. We started by identifying the comfort trap. Then, we unlocked the secret of the stretch zone. We shifted from the why to the how. And critically, we built a safety net. So here is my final call to action, right now. Discomfort is the doorway to your best self. The path. Small, consistent steps. The method. Design safe challenges and learn from every stumble. Your journey doesn't start tomorrow, it starts today. Pick one small, uncomfortable task. Just one. Make that phone call. Sign up for that class. Write down one goal and tell one person. This is your moment. Steady discomfort leads to steady growth. The person you are meant to become is waiting on the other side. Go meet them.